amigos de YouTube, cuarta temporada, una nueva entrevista, viajamos a los noventas para recordar la buena música, el buen Eurodance. Vamos a estar hablando con Sandy Chambers, un personaje de la música de los noventas que tuvo una gran influencia en ustedes, que seguramente bailaron su música en los noventas a finales, en la participación de Corona y en otros proyectos más. Así que es un honor para mí tener esta oportunidad para hablar con ella. So, welcome Sandy Chambers, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Thank you. And I understood every word you said in Spanish.
Yes, because first we were talking if she speaks Spanish.
I guess I do. I think I do.
Great, buenísimo. Well, buenísimo.
Buenísimo, buenísimo.
So, how are you? How are you, Sandy?
Bueno. I'm fine. Really well.
Well, great. I want to know, the music was always part of your life?
Well, I actually started singing, not professionally, but I started singing when I was 5.
Mm-hmm.
I have two older brothers, and the three of us, we had like a little group. So a little musical group. I was 5 and my brothers were 7 and 9. And we used to go to like competitions and sing in schools and like parties and that. So I wasn't even the singer. I was like the backing singer. Okay. One of my brothers was the main singer and I was like, ooh, little backing singing in the background.
Yeah.
And so that's how I started. But then I guess properly I started like when I went to university, I was a part of like quite a few groups. The university had like 2 or 3 different bands. And so that's when I started singing properly. And that's when I realized that I wanted to become a singer.
Nice.
So I had little groups everywhere, little bands. And then when I was in university and I came to Italy as part of my Italian, as part of my course, my university course, and then I started singing professionally. So professionally, I was like in my 20s, early 20s.
But when you were 20, in your mind, I want to do music, I want to sing.
Yeah.
Or there was something else.
No. That was my thing. I mean, I went to university and I studied and I got a degree. But I always knew that I wanted to become a singer. And actually, when I was at university, my friends used to joke and they used to call me international superstar. Hey, international, seriously. And I was like, listen, I will be a singer. I will. And they were like, yeah, international superstar. And that's what they used to call me. My friends used to call me that. Exactly. Like, yeah,
my friend.
I will.
Because loving you, boy, you broke my heart into.
Yeah.
I want to know why Italy, because you are from the UK. You are from the UK.
Yeah.
From which city exactly?
Okay, I was born in Birmingham.
Okay.
In Birmingham, yeah, I was born in Birmingham, and I went to school, and I went to I come from a very academic family, so all of them have like they went to university and got degrees, so it was normal that I had to go to university as well. I love languages. Okay. So at school I like majored in languages, and I decided to study Italian at university. So that's the Italian thing. And then as part of university, you have to go abroad and do like an Erasmus course. You go to like, so I went to an Italian university for 1 year. And when I was in Italy, instead of studying, I was like singing everywhere. Every chance I got, I'd start singing. And people really started to like offer me jobs and all this kind of thing. And I said, okay, well, I've got to go back to England to finish my studies, but I will definitely come back to Italy. So I went back to Italy. I went back to England. I got my degree. I graduated, and then I said to my dad, I'm going to go to Italy and become a singer, but I'll be back in 1 year. And that was like 30 years ago. I also do backing vocals, And I've worked for a lot of Italian artists. Do you know Laura Pausini?
Yeah, of course. Yes, it was it's
Yeah.
very popular here in Argentina. Yeah.
Exactly. I did backing singing with her. I worked with her. I
Nice.
worked with another singer, Giorgia Antonello Venditti. They're all like really big Italian singers, and
Wow.
I've done backing vocals for them too. So my Italian is not. I don't sing that well in Italian, but I mean, as a backing singer, I'm okay. As a lead singer, not
Okay.
really. Not really.
Okay.
It's not my thing.
Okay.
When you do backing vocals for a big artist, it's a big responsibility. It's
Of
a big job, and it teaches you a lot. It teaches you a lot about singing, but it also teaches you a lot about life and how to work with people, because then you have to learn to be behind. You know, when you're a singer, a lead singer, you can do anything. When you're behind somebody, it's a whole different like discipline. So it teaches you a lot about life. I really think so.
That's a good point because everyone maybe they think, well, I want to be an artist like Madonna, you know.
Exactly.
I want to be there, the biggest star, and sometimes it's not in that way, you know. It's not the way.
Exactly.
It's very hard. It's very difficult. But you know better than me because I only sing in the shower. So
Well, that's a start. That's a start. That's a very good start. No, but it is seriously, it is it's hard to, I mean, when you're out there singing on your own, you can make mistakes, you can do all kinds of things. If you're singing behind somebody,
yeah,
they trust you to do everything perfectly. So, you know, it's a big job. It's a big job.
yes,
And it's also very humbling. You have to be very humble to be behind somebody and be a really, really important figure, but the camera's not on you necessarily. So I think it's a really, really good experience for me.
yeah.
Very good experience.
Well, you know, the 90s, well, the 80s too, but the 90s, there are a lot of projects, you know, a lot of projects
Yeah.
with a voice, with a different picture, different woman in the records. Do you feel that
I know.
you know that,
Yeah.
of course that.
I do.
But
I know.
if you could go back in time, you will change something of your career. You know, maybe this I will do different. You know, the things. What do you think about that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I honestly think, you know, a lot of people have asked me the same question. If you went back, would you do things differently? Yes, there were some, you know, different faces and me doing the voice and all that, which things people know about that.
Mhm.
But you know something? Okay, number one, I worked a lot. I did a lot of voices for a lot of different projects. If I had just been the face of a project, that would be it. That's it. And I could just do that. I was able to do so many things. And everybody who needed to know that it was me, they already know, or they already knew. So it wasn't that big a secret, you know. It was a secret to the public, but people in the industry, they needed to know, then they knew. So that wasn't a huge problem. And I had such a, I've had and I'm having such a full life and such a full career. I don't think I would have changed. I think if I had to change one thing, I would like to be the Sandy in the 90s with the head that I have now.
Oh, of course.
I mean, everybody says that, don't they? You know, everybody says that. You know, I mean, it's obvious now I'm more mature and everything, but I think I was able to do everything that I did because I was 20 or 30. Probably that's the magic thing. I was very I enjoyed it. I didn't take it very seriously.
Yeah.
If I did it all now, I would take it more seriously. Is that better or is it worse? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was all a game. I enjoyed it. I loved every minute of it. So
Yeah.
maybe it's fine.
Of course, maybe we'll be bored, you know, because sometimes
Exactly.
it's funny that way, you know.
Exactly. It's best not to take life
Yeah.
seriously. And I think when you're like in your 20s, I'm sure you know this, you're 20, okay? So everything is so much more fun,
Yeah.
when you're younger. When you're older, it's all a bit more serious and a bit more
Yeah.
stressful. But I mean, I'm happy.
Of course, you're a lady that lived all that situations, Do you have
Exactly.
any advice for the people who are maybe starting, in the music industry?
No,
I don't know.
I teach singing, and I have students every day who want to be part of the music industry. I mean, every day, and people ask me this question every day, and I honestly think it is it's difficult, but I honestly think that everybody should follow their dream.
Mm.
You should follow your dream, and you should follow it with both hands. If that is what you want to do, then just do it. It's difficult. Obviously, the music industry is more difficult now than it was. There's a lot more people can sing. There's a lot more people doing it.
Yeah.
But if you believe in it, if you really, really believe if that's really what you want, then you've got to try. You've got to try. There are so many people saying it's too difficult, don't even do it. No, you have to do it. You have to do it. If that's what makes you happy, then you do it. I see so many people who have jobs that they don't even like.
Yeah.
They get up to go to work every day and they're like, oh my God, oh my God. I think the most amazing thing in life is if you can make a job out of what you love.
Of course, of course.
And that's it.
Enjoy this trip with me. I wanna be on ocean.
I want to know about what was your first work, like a professional, in this music world, this music business. Tell me.
Okay. My first single was a song with DWA, so Dance World Attack, with Roberto Zanetti, and I did a single called it was a cover of an 80s song. It was called "Gimme Some."
Okay.
Give me some, give. And the name of the project was Baby Roots.
Oh, give me some. Give me some.
And that was the very, very, very first thing I did. And then after that, I did a project called Mag Sprout. And then I started working with W.
Wow. Wow.
But
Well,
all very, very close, together.
yes, Roberto Zanetti, who was Savage. in the
Exactly,
80s.
exactly.
Yeah. Great guy, great guy.
Exactly.
Wow, so
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
And I want to know your story about with Corona. The story of Corona. Your story, because it's a big
Okay,
story.
Okay. Corona is a very, very big story. I did collaborate on some of the songs. I did work with Bontempi, and I helped with some of the writing as well of some of the songs. So
Okay.
we did collaborate on quite a few things together. And I also sang I did a version of Baby Baby with Sunblock. I don't know if you know about Sunblock, which was a Swedish
Yeah.
group, a Swedish project, and I did a version of Baby Baby for that as well. So that was a big thing. It was a big thing in my career.
Every time that you're by my side, I can get serious because you got me.
Yeah, so I worked with Bon. Bon. You said you worked with Bon. You spoke to Bon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so we worked. He's a good friend. I haven't seen him for a long time, but we worked together too. So yeah, I did collaborate on some of the
Music
singles.
friends.
Exactly.
Nice.
That's it.
Nice. I suppose in those periods you were like 20, 25 years,
No, I was
30.
well. No, I mean, if I was actually like about 29, 30. Yeah,
Wow.
a long time ago.
No, not really. You look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
And what did you feel in that time? Because wow, I sing this song and wow, have a lot of success around the world, and it's me.
But I know. But the funny thing is, like as I said to you before, I didn't even realize what was going on.
Okay.
It was just like, I'd go there and I'd sing and I'd be like, oh my God, it's on the radio. I didn't realize how big. I think everybody, if you were to talk to, I don't know, if you talk to Paul McCartney from the Beatles, he realizes now how big he was. I think when he was doing it, he realized that they were obviously famous. I don't think he realized that they would be icons, you know?
Yeah.
And so when you're doing it, it's like, oh wow, there's lots of people and I hear but you don't realize
Yeah.
how big it is. You know, it was fun. It was loads of fun, but I didn't realize how big.
I want a bad boy. I want a bad boy.
Thank you very much for your time. I don't know if you have any message to all the fans, you know. I think that this is a good opportunity, you know.
Well, exactly. Well, I want to say I love you all, honestly. It's because of the fans that I've been able to do what I love doing. So thank you to everybody out there in Argentina. Love you. Can't wait. I haven't been to Argentina, never been to Argentina.
Oh,
So this is going to be my next place. I would love to.
yeah, you know.
Exactly. Fingers crossed. Fingers
Well,
crossed.
so nice. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate
Thank you,
You're
thank
so
you.
funny, so funny. It was.
We had fun. We had fun. We had fun. It's me, international
yeah,
superstar.
we had fun. Well, thank you very much. I wish you all the best
Thank you.
in this year. Just keep in touch,
Thank
you know,
you.
and well, have a nice
Will
day.
do. Thank you.
Mwah.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.